everyone to another edition of my 5 favorites, and today I'm going to talk about concealers because that is what some of you have wished for. The first 2 concealers I'm going to show you are 2 very similar ones, which is why I'm going to show you to them at the very same time. And the first one is MAC's Studio Finish Concealer, and I have the color NC15. And the other one is a concealer from Clinique, and it is the Even Better Concealer, and I have the color Natural. So let's compare the packaging first. Clinique comes in, I think, what is a glass jar with a lid on top, which you can screw off totally, which I actually don't like, because usually I'm the one who drops them and then they roll under the bed and you have to crawl into the dust to get the lid again. So I do prefer a packaging like MAC's packaging. It's very light and it's still sturdy, and it has this attached lid. However, I'm not sure what would happen if you break it off. Don't want to try that. Yeah, so packaging wise I prefer this one to this one because this is at least 3 times as heavy. So why are they so similar? They are both very solid when it comes to their texture. Solid, of course, not in hard wood solid, but in terms of that they're very, very creamy and not very liquidy, like some other concealers I'm going to show you. The differences are, Clinique doesn't come in too many colors, and the lightest color, which is Natural, is not super dark. It still works for my skin tone, and I am an NC15, but it's not very radiant, the concealer. And especially for the under eye area, that is something I really do like. And the MAC concealer, on the other hand, comes in lots of different shades, from light skin to dark skin, and of course they also consider warmer skin tones and colder skin tones, which is of course very, very nice. And this one also doesn't give you radiance, but it is, because it's a bit lighter, it maybe works a little bit better. Both of them give medium coverage, medium to high, I think. So definitely quite okay coverage. This one is a bit more on the rosy side, which is, in the beginning I was a bit put off by it, but I started using it and I actually noticed that it works very, very well on certain areas of my face. The thing what I don't like about the Studio Finish Concealer is that it is quite dry, both on the face and under the eyes. It does not look like it now in the pan because it's quite warm in here, and it has been standing out here for quite a while. Usually it's in a dark cabinet, put away. But yeah, I think that's why it looks like it's sweating a little bit, like a cheese in the sun. But this is quite drying, and I realized that, for example, for under the eyes, this is too dry because I just I catch myself that I tuck too much under my eyes, which I don't want to do. But for the face, this is really great, and so is this. However, this is, I hate my neighbors, I really do. They're so inconsiderate sometimes. The Even Better Concealer from Clinique is way more moisturizing, so I enjoy this a lot as well. I still don't put it under my eyes because, like I said, I like the whole a bit brighter under eye area, but this feels even more comfy on the skin, even if it's a bit too rosy, maybe a little bit too dark. But I do like both of them. If I would pick one of them, because they are about in the same price range, I would probably go for this because this just matches me a tad bit better. I just wish it would be a bit more moisturizing. Moving on to a liquid concealer, and one I've been using for quite a while now, and it's the Éclat concealer from Yves Saint Laurent. You've all seen it before. It has the pump in the back and then looks like a little pen, which I actually think is not very hygienic and not very pleasant. I have to clean this one again. I usually use a face wipe. I just don't have face wipes here on a regular basis, and it can't be that I buy face wipes just to clean this one. But I actually have some here at the moment, so I might just clean this afterwards. It's a liquid concealer. I got the number 1.5, which is actually a concealer slash highlighter. for me, because I'm so pale, it works as a concealer just fine. I made the experience that the more liquid a concealer is, it's often so that it's not, the more liquid it is, the less it covers. And this is actually the case with this one here as well. The coverage is really just light coverage. I like to use this especially under my eyes, just to brighten up the whole area, and because I then usually just dab a little bit of this on top to give a bit more coverage, but for the moisture and for the brightening effect, I really do like this one. Even though I haven't used this in like 2 or 3 months, because I have another product which I like even more at the moment, which I'll show you in the end because it's my favorite one. Then I have a concealer, which is crap when it comes to packaging because it looks like this. There was once writing on here and it went off because I don't know why, but it's the Collection 2000 concealer, and I don't remember the sideline it has. It's like the Collection 2000 blah 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 concealer, and like I said, it's all rubbed off, so I cannot tell you the exact name anymore, but you will see it probably now in here because I put the names always down below. Yeah, the crap, packaging is crap. It leaks. It leaked again, and I just had to clean up all of my concealers because there was this concealer all over. So it leaks on a regular basis, and if you screw it shut too tightly, you can't open it anymore, and you have to use your teeth, which I did, which you can see here on the top. Anyhow, it is still a great concealer, and I've got the color 01, and it's fair. I think it comes in 4 colors, and fair is very, very light, at least in the beginning, and then it dries and becomes a little bit darker, but it's still very light and works just perfectly for my very pale skin. This is the highest covering, the concealer with the highest coverage I've ever tried. This is like wall paint. It unfortunately also smells like wall paint, but the coverage is like amazing, and this is what I love about this. However, it makes the application and also how to use it a little bit difficult, because if you put it on the face and if you use too much, it can easily look very, very cakey, which is something I want to avoid at all costs. Our neighbor again. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill everyone in this house at some point. Just kidding. It's really annoying. He kept on mowing lawn, and I think he's now going with a little thing cutting off all the edges, so that, yeah. Anyway, cakiness. I stopped using this on my face in terms of covering up blemishes. I rather use the Studio Finish concealer for that. However, I love to use it under the eyes. I use a different product first. I use my favorite concealer first, and then I dab a little bit of this under my eyes, and this brightens my under eye area. It covers everything up, and for under the eyes, this works perfectly. I'm sorry, I just ate before I started filming. And yeah, I dab 1 dot under each eye, dab it in, and then my circles are gone. I have a bright, nice under eye area, and I think, yeah, I used it today, and I love this. I love it. It comes with one of those sponge application thingies, and yeah, it's very light at first. However, here on your right, I think, this is it when it dries, but it doesn't really dry like that on the, like, under your eyes. It looks so different. So white first and then so orangey, but it doesn't look so dark on the face, I guarantee you that. But yeah, coverage wise, you can see it's absolutely amazing. You can get this in every drugstore in the UK. I think Superdrug has it, Boots has it. For everyone who's not living in England, you can get this on eBay without a problem. eBay, Amazon, you can get it, and it's, I think, £4 or £5. So considering what quality and coverage you get and what price you only have to pay, I think this is absolutely amazing, and everyone should try to, like, if you can get your hands on it because you go to London, try it out, because you can't really go wrong with this one. It's the same with my favorite concealer, because that, unfortunately, I think the easiest way is again to get it in London. You used to be able to get it in Germany. I don't know how it is right now. There were some stores where you could get it, but I don't know how it is right now. And my favorite concealer is the Bourjois Healthy Mix Concealer, Radiance and Anti-Fatigue. And I got the color 51 Light Radiance, and I love this one. First of all, the packaging, it comes in a tube with a little cap, which is not attached, but that's fine. And it has plastic up here, and this is, for me, it has a small opening. This is the cleanest opening you can get. I love this. I think it's so neat, and I love the packaging and everything. Like, not that I think it's pretty, but I just like it. It's a liquid concealer, but considering how liquid it is and how moisturizing it is, this is the highest moisturizing, no, the concealer with the highest moisture. It's super moisturizing. Anyway, I've never seen anything like this, and considering how liquid it is and how moisturizing it is, this also has pretty decent coverage, because it has at least around medium coverage, which is amazing. So I love this, and again, it's £4 or £5, somewhere around that. It's rather cheap. It's a drugstore concealer. You again can get it at Boots, at Superdrug, or you just order it online. I love this one, and I actually just had a friend of mine bring me a backup back from London, which I got last Monday. So I now have an almost full tube of this one, and I have a backup, which thankfully is, yeah, will last me quite a while. Yeah, it's moisturizing, it's oil-free, it's dermatologically tested, and I love it. It's my favorite concealer. So how do I use my products? Usually, before I got this one, I used to start with this one and dab this under my eye, dab it in, and then I used a little bit of the MAC concealer on my blemishes, and then a little bit under my eyes on top of this one to give me a bit more coverage. However, ever since I got this one, I kind of am neglecting this a little bit, which is a shame. So at the moment, my routine from this morning, for example, was I used this one first under my eyes, and then depends a little bit how my blemishes look like. If I really just have very few, very light spots, I use this and it's enough. Today, because I have some more reddish spots, I used first this under my eyes, I used this one on my spots, and then I used 2 little dots of the Collection 2000 under my eyes to just brighten up the whole area and to cover my under eye circles. And I just started to use this again recently. I used it for a while, stopped using it, and then I started again now because I'm a bit more tanned as well, or I'm getting there. And so I tried to switch this one with this one. So instead of using this one on my blemishes, at the moment I try to use this on my blemishes. So yeah, those were my 5 favorite concealers, and I would love to hear which ones are your 5, not 5 favorites, but yeah, what are your, so those were my 5 favorite concealers, and I would love to hear from you which your 5 favorite concealers are, or just your favorite concealer. Doesn't have to be 5, of course. So drop me a message below or leave me a video response or anything like that. I would love to hear from you, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.